As much as I'd love to tell you that if you've ever suffered a soft tissue injury, such as a tendon injury, such as a ligament injury, such as a disc injury, that, oh yeah, all you have to do is this, we're going to be able to fix it, you're going to be 100% good to go. I'm going to be lying to you through my teeth. Now here's the reason for that. It's because when you have injuries like this, body's not going to ever heal with it quite as strong as it originally was. When a body's being constructed, you're going to have proteins come together into a fiber that is called a collagen. And most of the muscles, ligaments, tendons, and things like this in the body, they're going to be constructed of what's called a type 1 or a type 2 collagen fiber that, per gram of tissue, is actually going to be stronger than steel. But here's the problem, is if you've ever suffered an injury where something's going to tear, yes, your body absolutely is going to heal from it. But guess what? It's going to heal with something that's called a type 4 collagen fiber. And those things are orientated a little bit more like this. They're more elastic, and certainly they're not near as strong. And the consequence of this is it means that the injury is never going to be quite as strong as the original. And because of that, things are potentially more likely to suffer aggravation or relapse down the track. I use the example of one of the old-fashioned screen or porch doors. The kind where if they ever dislodged or went off track, they would create a little extra groove, and the consequence is that you had to be more careful every time that you opened it again, because otherwise the thing would just go flying off track again. The same thing goes with your muscles, with your tendons, with your ligaments. You see, unlike you go to the dentist to get a cavity filled, your muscles, your joints, these things are designed to move. And you don't have the luxury or the option to just, don't move these things for the rest of your life. You've got a shoulder injury, just don't ever move that again. You've got a spine injury or a neck injury, don't ever move that again. That's not the way that living works. And so, because these joints in these areas of the body, they are designed to move, that if they unfortunately are moving 10,000 times the right way, no issue. All it takes, unfortunately, is that one angle, that one movement, that 1/10,000th and 1th time that it can actually produce a little bit more of the ongoing problem. What it means then is that this isn't something that, be it a chiropractor, a physiotherapist, or even a GP, is going to be able to do for you and say, okay, this is 100% fixed forever and ever, amen. Why? Well, it's because we live on a planet with gravity, with time, and with the physical stress of daily living. If you've got a cure for those three things, okay, great, we will be able to solve the problem for you. But until you do, it's something where it's much more of a management plan that's necessary. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to be experiencing pain, discomfort, restriction 100% of the time, absolutely not. And it doesn't mean that you should be seeing your therapist every week, every fortnight for the rest of your life. That's also crazy. There's got to be some real significant stuff going on if that's the case. So your body should be able to heal. You should be capable of getting stronger so that things are good for months, years, maybe even decades at a given time. But that ultimately is going to come down to it where you've got to be doing all of the right things in your lifestyle, taking as good of care of yourself as possible, but then recognizing also that just as you would be getting your car tuned up for a general service, if you've had these kinds of injuries, it's going to take a little bit of maintenance on your part also to make sure that you're staying on top of these things. So here's my question, here's my caution for you, is that if you have had some kind of injury in the past, have you actually been keeping up with it? And by that I mean, have you been touching base with your healthcare practitioners, your chiropractors, your physiotherapists, your massage therapists, your GPs, truly making sure that everything is still under control? And the reason for that is because even if you're not experiencing pain or other discomfort at this moment, you nevertheless want to make sure that everything truly is working the way that it should be, keeping under your body's control so that that way you have the greatest possible chance of preventing relapse. And even if it did happen, that you know that you'd be able to get on top of it and get a relatively quick resolution rather than needing to go all the way back to square one. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and you found it informative. I appreciate your time. My name's
For more information about upper cervical care, please call us on 3188 9329 or visit us at atlashealth.com.au.